Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today is the puff stitch round pillows requested by Pat. Thank you so much for your email. And what we're going to be doing today is this particular pattern. So I would like for you to take a little mental note here, maybe even record it on your pattern if you're going to print it. Let me show you a few things. I would also consider this an intermediate level, not an easy level, just to be transparent with you as well. So here's what it looks like, and it's got some texture to it. I love the texture on this particular one. That was my appeal to actually do it for Pat, is that I really like texture ideas. You're also going to notice that it wants to bowl up, and if you think about the front face of the pillow, if you look at it, remember that the pillow is kind of rounded. So it's been designed in a way that it's not just a flat panel itself, it's actually meant to bowl up. And once all these stitches hit the back of that pillow, it's going to bounce those up even more. I am going to suggest one variation in the pattern as far as where to start on some sections, but once we get beyond that, then you'll be off to the races. And if you want to follow the pattern as written, then it's great. So the back loops are what's creating these lines. So if you don't want those lines, don't use the back loops. But I think it's actually kind of what makes it appealing when you can kind of see that as well. Again, your decision, you are the artist. So you'll need a 5mm size H crochet hook in order to play, and you'll need a 16-inch diameter round pillow form. Now it does say to grab some material and then sew it. I don't got time for sewing. I'm kind of lazy. So what I like to do is when I choose my pillows, I like to actually buy a pillow that matches the color. So you can buy different ones, and sometimes it's cheaper to go to Walmart and actually buy a pre-made pillow and then put a crochet piece over top of it. I've done that more times than you can imagine. So that's kind of fun, and we're gonna get ourselves involved with today, and let's begin our journey. Let's start off with the chain. So let's begin by starting a chain, and we're gonna create a slip knot. I am gonna classify this as an intermediate level. I said that already, but I don't know why I'm saying it twice. So we're going to begin in chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're gonna start round number 1. Insert your hook into the beginning chain and pull through, and therefore you have your round circle. Put this straggler so it's around the circle so that it gets stuck up underneath. And in round number 1 we're gonna chain 3, which will count as a double crochet, and you're gonna add 14 more double crochets to this. So with the chaining of 3 and the 14, it gives you a total count of 15. So get your 15 done, and then I'll meet you back here in just a moment. Once you have your 15 done, which includes that chain 3, just slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. Now if you went over top of the straggler like you should have, then what you can just do, get rid of that right now, just cut it right out. Boop, done. Let's begin round number 2. So round number 2, it says to chain 3 and then start with the PS, which is a puff stitch. I'm going to recommend to you only chain 1. I did it with chaining a 3, and it's really obvious that it doesn't look like it belongs there. So I would just chain 1 if it were me and I were you, and then just jump to the very next stitch on the back loop only, because we talked about back loops, and we're gonna do a puff stitch. In order to do that, we're gonna wrap the hook and going into the back loop only, and then pull through, and then pull through 2 and hold it. You want to do that a total of 5 times so that there is 6 loops on the crochet hook. This is where your time is pretty much spent on these particular pillow, from what I could tell with my sample that I did. So once you have your 6, pull through all 6 and chain 1. My friends, I spent 4 hours doing the test trial, and I couldn't get myself to round number 7, because what I didn't realize is that this chain 1 counts as a stitch in the future. So there's, you actually have 2 stitches here. You have the puff and the chain 1. Don't forget that, because it'll make your life difficult. Starting in the next back loop in the next double crochet, apply 2 single crochets. Use your finger and pop this out like that. Just pop it out to the front. Okay, now you're going to, in the next, is that we are going to then just puff stitch. So just keep adding those. So just yarn over, pull through 2 and keep adding. I almost think it's kind of like a cluster stitch, but it's not my version of a puff stitch. That's all I'm saying. And this is an older pattern as well. So once you have your 6 on there, pull through all 6, chain 1 to lock it, use your finger and kind of poke it out towards you and go into the next one and put in 2 single crochet. I want you to do this all the way around. There should be a total count of 7 of these puff stitches going all the way around that you'll notice. So please do this, and this is round number 2. When you get all the way back around, there's 2 single crochets in the last one, and this is not a stitch, this is just leaning over towards the beginning, and I want you to slip stitch it to that chain 1. When it was chain 3, the slip stitch would have been way up here, and I found it was really quite obvious. You will notice that there's a bigger gap in the joining area. It's not a deal breaker, I don't think. Let's move on to round number 3. So in round number 3 we're gonna chain 1, and you're going to put 2 single crochets in the same chain 1 stitch where you did the join. Here's where I was goofing up that caused me 4 hours of a living nightmare. So remember that the puff stitch is actually the stitch and a chain 1. Don't forget that. So there's technically 2 stitches there, and then there's 2 stitches of the single crochet. So starting in the back loop only, okay, you're gonna go in the back loop and you're just gonna single crochet. So there is the actual puff stitch, and then the next one is the chain 1. It's kind of tight in there, so if you're having trouble sticking your hook, what you can do is use your hook and just kind of pull that second loop. Usually I can get it in most of the time, but sometimes it's a little rough. So just pull your hook and then pull through. Okay, so then your 2 single crochets are next, and then here comes that puff stitch. So just remember that there's 2 there. So you have the puff stitch itself, and then you have that chain 1, and if you can't get it in, just move your hook the other way and do that all the way around. So please do this. This is round number 3. So just coming up all the way back around, just slip stitch it to the beginning single crochet. So just slip it as regular, not to a back loop. You should have a total of 30 stitches going all the way around. So 30 single crochets, count that, make sure, and then let's move up to round number 4. So let's move on to round number 4. Chain up 3, which will count as a double crochet, and in the next stitch in the back loop only you're going to double crochet, and then in the next one you're going to put 2 double crochets into the back loop, and that's going to be the repeat pattern going all the way around. So just remember 2 by itself, 2 together into the same one. So we have 1 and 2 by itself, and remember going to the back loop so you get those lines, and then the next one has 2 into the same one. So please do that all the way around. This is round number 4. You're coming up all the way back around, you are just following the pattern as you know it. The very last stitch, if you're following that sequence, should be 2 double crochets in the back loop only, and then you're just going to join it to the top of the first chain 3. You're going to notice that bowling, we talked a little bit about this, that it is going on to a pillow face that has that curving, so don't worry about that. Let's move on to round number 5. In round number 5 it says to chain 3 and then do a puff stitch in the next. Again, just chain 1. I think it looks better. So then starting in the very next one you're gonna do a puff stitch in the back loop only. So to do that, just remember that you're just collecting until you see 6 on there. Okay, and then pull through everything, lock it, chain 1. So technically it's a puff stitch and chain 1, so it's 2 stitches, don't forget that. And in the next 2 you're gonna go into the back loops only and apply 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2 in the first one, and then 1 and 2 into the next. So the repeat then for this round, and I'll see at the end of this round, what we have here is that it's gonna be a puff stitch and then 2 single crochets in the next 2, and you'll do that all the way around. This is round number 5. So I'm coming all the way back around, and the last 2 have 2 single crochets in there, and just slip stitch it to that chain 1 where you started, and that will be awesome. So you can see there, and now let's move on to round number 6. So like before, we're gonna chain up 1, and in that chain 1 space where we did the join we're gonna put 2 single crochets in there. So 1 and 2, and then just like I showed you before, it's gonna be 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. It's getting bigger and easier to see where those stitches go, and you kinda already learned your lesson on making sure those puff stitches you're getting the chain 1 as well. So just go as 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around, and just make sure that you put that 2 into the beginning one to keep those counts Perfect. So do that and I'll see you at the end of round number 6. So as I'm coming up all the way around, one thing I want to show you, when I started my test trial with the last sample, see how this is where I started? Well, when I was doing my sample, I would like literally see this and I'm like, oh, I'm done. Okay, so then I would like slip stitch and start again, and only to hit this. So I was not being careful. Like these things that jet out with the puff stitches can appear like it's the end of the round. So just look for any telltale signs of stuff like that in order to make it clear. So just continue and I'll see you at the end of this round. Just slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and then we'll move on to round number 7. So I'm just coming up all the way around, coming into my very last one, and we're gonna slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet. So rounds 7 and 8 are in the regular stitches only. I have those asterisked and I also stated to do that as well. And what we're going to do then in this round is that we're gonna create some spacing. To do that, we're going to chain up 3, so 1, 2, 3, and put 2 single crochets in the same one as the join. This is a really easy round once you get it into your head. The trick is at the very end there's something special, and I'll see you there when we get there. So skipping the next 2 single crochet, go into the third and put in 3 single crochet. Okay, and then skipping the next 2 and then go to the third, 3 single crochet. So please do this all the way around, but make sure that you do catch me on the end of this round because there's something special in order to keep the counting perfect. So when you come all the way back around like this, there's a really weird count here which doesn't make sense, but just keep on going anyway. So the very last one you're skipping 2 and you're going to go into this one here, which is very close to here. This is the only way this pattern works. There should be a total of 27 groups of 3 going all the way around. Okay, so make sure that you do get that. I did verify there was 26 so far. This is the 27th, and then you're just gonna slip stitch to the beginning like that. Okay, so just go with it and that's it. So let's move on to round number 8. Round number 8 is also working in the regular stitch work. It feels wrong when you go to do this, but it's keeping the same amount of count that you have in the last round. So we have 81 double crochets going around in the last round. This one you'll end up with 82, and it will make sense once we get there. So let's begin. We're going to just chain up 1 and we're gonna single crochet in the same stitch as the join. Okay, so there, and then you're gonna reach over to this space here and apply a puff stitch, and it feels wrong. It really does. So you're just gonna do that and you're gonna get your 6 loops on there. Go right into that puff itself. I found this puff because of the way that it's situated, it tends not to come out in front, and I think it shows that in the pattern as well. So then you get your 6, pull through, and I guess the reason for telling you that is that if you poke your finger out and try to puff it out, chances are it'll fall back to the other side, and that's fine because that's okay. You're going to come to the very first double crochet of the next grouping of 3, just kind of shift things out of the way, and you're going to single crochet. So this is a counting of 3 stitches. So we single crocheted, we reached over and puffed, we did our chain 1, and then we did our single crochet. Does that make sense? Here we go again. So once that single's in, you're gonna jump all the way to the space and you're gonna puff. Okay, and make sure you get all your steps in there. Pull through. Okay, lock it with the chain 1 and then just single crochet into the first. You can try to puff that out, but chances are it'll stay buried like this, which is fine. It looks actually pretty good. So continue to do that all the way around. This is round number 8. I'm coming up to the end of round number 8, so I'm just going into this last one, and I've already done my single crochet when I started, so I'm just going to slip stitch to the single crochet. So you can see that I just let the puff stitches just happen to the back side. That's not a problem. It actually looks pretty good. I've seen designs where the puff stitch is meant to be on the back, which really kind of shocks me, but then it does give you the texturing ridging that you see. So let's begin round number 9. We're going to start up again. In round number 9 we are going to just chain up 1 and we're going to apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Don't forget that puff stitch has the chain 1 as well, so it's technically groups of 4. When you look at it, if you were to ever look at it from that point of view. Okay, so just looking at it that way, and just do 1 single crochet in the back loop only. We're back to back loops if you haven't figured that out yet, and we're just gonna do that all the way around. So this is round number 9. So come all the way back around. I'm just gonna slip stitch, and now we're gonna begin round number 10. Round number 10, we already know what we're doing here, so we're gonna chain up 3, and you're gonna apply one double crochet in the back loop only, and number 10 we're still in back loops, and now the next one is gonna be 2 into the same one. So we've already done this before, so just remember in this around it's 2 by itself and then 2 into the same, 2 by itself, 2 into the same. Please do this. This is round number 10. And when you come back around, the last one is 2 double crochets into the same one. That's just keeping within the stitch count, and then you're just going to join to the beginning, chain 3. That concludes off round number 10. Round number 11. Let's begin round number 11. You're gonna chain up 1. It says to chain 3, but I think chaining 1 looks better. You're going to puff stitch in the next one, and there's a slight variation on this round. So just do your puff stitch for now, and let's get that done. And then once you get your 6 loops, pull through, chain 1, and then in the next 2 you're gonna just apply 1 single crochet each. So 1 and 2. The rest of this round after you have this done is that you're gonna puff into the next one. So let's puff, get your 6 loops, pull through, chain 1, and now the next 3 in a row are each going to be a single crochet, and you're gonna do that all the way around then. Okay, so then you're gonna puff and then put 3, puff and put 3, and then see me at the end of this round. This is round number 11. So coming up to the end of round number 11, the last 3 are single crochets in the regular stitches, and then just join it with that chaining of 1. Now let's move on to round number 12. So we're back on the back loops again, but we're gonna start off and we're gonna chain up 1. The first one here, because it is you're in the chain, you're just gonna go in that one. Okay, so starting in the back loops only, just make sure that you are getting those chain 1s that are part of that puff stitching, and to do that all the way around. So it's just 1 single crochet in each of the stitches and the chain 1 spot as you're going all the way around. Please do that, and this is round number 12 on the back loops only. Coming up all the way around on round number 12, I've just done my single crochet to the slip stitch to the beginning, and that will conclude off that one there. So let's move on to round number 13. Round number 13, we're gonna chain up 3, and starting in the next one you're just gonna apply 1 double crochet. Oh, back loops only, keep forgetting that. So 13 back loop only, and please do that all the way around. So this is round number 13, 1 double crochet in each back loop around. So let's finish up round number 13 together. Just 1 double crochet in each, and then just join. I'm gonna take you to the set of instructions now for round number 14. 14 looks complicated. I'm not sure it really is, but let's take a look at that and see what we're gonna get ourselves involved with for the next one. For round number 14, we have to follow a set of instructions. Chain 3, which I would substitute with chain 1, and then we're gonna puff stitch in the next double crochet. We're then going to chain 2. So normally we would have chain 1 only, so it's chain 2, and then this bracket is really important. So single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next double crochet twice. So that means that we're doing what's in the bracket twice. So single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next double crochet. So once you do that twice, then you move on. Then the asterisk is here, and this is really key. So puff stitch in the next double crochet, chain 2, and then in the bracket again is what we need to do. So single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next double crochet 3 times. So then skip the next double crochet, skip the next double crochet, and etc. And so we're doing that 3 times. Then it says repeat from the asterisk 17 more times. So you go back to this asterisk and you repeat this again and again and again. Eventually you'll come all the way back around, and then it says puff stitch in the next double crochet. So this is the very last one, and then chain 2, single crochet in the next double crochet, and skip with the next double crochet. So we just need to take our time and get through this, and let's see if we know what we're up to. Let's begin. Okay, so let's buckle up, folks. It's gonna be a rough round. So let's go. We're gonna chain 1, and it says in there PS, so puff stitch in the next double crochet. So we're not doing the back loops, we're just doing regular. So let's do a puff. Okay, So pull through all 3. It then says to chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet in the next double crochet, so just kind of there. Okay, and this is the start of the repeat. Skip the next double crochet twice. Okay, so twice is then skip the next one, single crochet in the next, like that. So now we're gonna begin from the asterisk. So starting in the very next stitch, we're gonna puff stitch. So let's do that. And then you're gonna chain a total of 2. So 1 and 2. Now it says to do this 3 times. So single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next double crochet and do that 3 times. So skip the next one, single crochet, skip the next one, single crochet. Okay, and then it says to repeat from the asterisk 17 more times. So puff stitch in the next one, okay, and then chain 2, and then single crochet in the next double crochet, skip the next stitch. Okay, I'm just looking at the instructions to make sure I understand what I'm doing. Skip the next double crochet, single crochet in the next, and then skip the next one and single crochet in the next. Okay, so basically there's 3 single crochets in between these puff stitches. So you're gonna puff immediately into the next one, and then you're going to single crochet right after, and then basically skip a stitch, single crochet, skip a stitch, single crochet, and then puff stitch. So please do this all the way around. This is round number 14. Take your time, and if you have to write any notes, now is a good time to do it. So please do that. I'll see you at the end of this round, and when we finish the end of the round, we're just going to just make sure that it's gonna be fine. So let's begin, or so let's finish round number 14. So I'm coming all the way back around. I'm almost near the end. So, and then I have finished this set of repeating, and then it says to do a puff stitch in the next stitch. Okay, I got my 6 there, chain 2, and then single crochet in the next one here. And then it says to skip the next double crochet and join. So I think I'm off by a stitch, so I'm just going to, I'm okay with that. It's gonna fold around the pillow anyway, folks, so that is gonna be my little thing. So don't tell anybody I did that. So sometimes you gotta do what a crocheter's gotta do. So it looks fine to me. I'm gonna move on and let's get on to round number 15. Totally cheating, I'm sure. So let's move on to 15. So we're gonna chain up 1, and it says to do 2 single crochets in the same one as the join. So 1 and 2, and then in the back loop only, because we're back on that, we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Remember that puff stitch has 2 of them. One is the chain 1, actually, yeah, and then we have the chain stitches. So let me just read there. Single crochet in each stitch and chain around. So if there is a chaining of 2, that means that there will be 2 puff stitches, or 2 in the puff stitch. So let me just check that. So we have 1, I'm talking out loud, and then another one, that one, and then the other one. Yep. So each one of the chains has something, and you're just gonna single crochet in each of them all the way around. So please do that, and I'll see you at the end of round number 15. Coming up to the end of round number 15, I'm just going to join it to the very beginning, single crochet. And now let's start round number 16. So 16 has a different start, and then it has a good repeat that's easy to follow. So we're going to chain up 3 and 2 double crochet right into the same stitch. And then we're gonna chain 1 and then skip the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then do the repeat going all the way around. So it's going to be 3 double crochets into that same stitch, and then chain 1 and only skip 2. So we're only skipping 3 the very first time. We just have an odd count that we just need to deal with, right? So we're just gonna do this all the way around. So please get yourself all the way around. So chain 1 after it, skip 2, and then put in 3 double crochet into the next. Please do this all the way around. Number 16. So let's begin round number 16. My cat's in the background. So 1, 2, 3, and in the back loop only you're going to put in 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2. Then you're going to chain 1 and then skip over 3. So this is the first time you're gonna skip 3 and then go in the back loop only. Now here's the repeat for the remaining of this round. So chain 1, skip only 2, 1 and 2, go to the third and back loop only and put in 3 double crochet. Then chain 1, skip 2 in the back loop only in the third one, put in 3 double crochet, and you're gonna do that all the way around. I'll see you at the end of round number 16. So coming back all the way around, don't forget to chain 1 after that last one and then just join it to the beginning. So let's move on to round number 17. Let's begin round number 17 working in the back loops only except for these chain 1 spaces. So we're gonna chain 1 and we're gonna single crochet in each of these 3. I'm gonna simplify it. This is take number 2. So we're gonna single crochet the 3. So every one of these double crochets are gonna get a single crochet around. In the spaces you're gonna apply a puff. Just a simple little puff for 2. I have the movie Sex and the City in my head today. I don't know why. Okay, so I got my puff, chain 1, and immediately come into the next one and in the back loop only. Just make room for it. Just move it if you have to see it. And if you want to go in the regular stitch, there's no crochet police as far as I know. So you can probably do that too. So puff into the space, single crochet in the back loop in the double crochets. Please do this all the way around. This is round number 17. Let's go. So I'm coming up to the end of number 17. I've just finished that, chained 1. I've already got the single crochets in here. That's where we started. So that's where we want to finish. So when we go for round number 18, again in the back loops, we're gonna just chain up 1. Here's the thing. Remember that the puff stitches are 1 puff stitch and a chain 1. So they count as 2 stitches. This time you want to ignore that chain 1. So starting in the first one you want a single crochet in the back loops only. So this is the very last round of the panels and then the ruffling is just going on 1. So when you get to the puff stitch, go into the puff, but then skip the single crochet or the chain 1 and just jump over to the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump. So jump over the next one and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then jump over again. Okay, so just do that all the way around. So there's basically it's 1 in each of the single crochets and then 1 into the puff stitch and skip the chain 1. I'll see you at the end of this round. So you're just going to join once you're back around to the first single crochet. Now ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have completed this face. Now I'm not much into the frills, so if it were me and I were you, I would stop here, do the second one, and then just whip stitch using the back loop only. So just whipping around. We have videos on whip stitching if you would like to do that. But it is a tutorial, so I will show you how to do the ruffled edging. Now the ruffled edging is only applied to one of them. So when you go to be able to sew this to the one with the ruffle, you just gotta pay attention to the same round. It's gonna be very easy to tell anyway. So we're gonna carry on with the ruffled edging and we're gonna work on only one, and so you'll get one completely done and then the other one will have a ruffle. So you have to do it at one point, either the front or either this one or the next one. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you only do one. So let's begin. So if you're going to carry on to do the ruffle, one of them has to carry on. So let's be this one. Working in the back loops again, we're gonna chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip the next 2, 1, 2, and single crochet in the third one in the back loop only. Now this is the repeat for the remaining of this one here. Okay, so let's do that. So we're gonna single crochet there, chain 5. So we're gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next 2, 1, 2, and then go into the next one. Okay, so it's now gonna be chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skipping 2 and go into the next. So there's gonna be quite a bit of ruffling going on, and that's what you're gonna do all the way around. I'll see you at the end of this round. round number 1 of the ruffle. Okay, once you're coming all the way back around, you want to join it to the very beginning and then slip stitch. Let's move on to round number 2 of the ruffled edge. Okay, so let's move on to round number 2. It's the final round of your pillow, so it's nice and easy. What I would do if I were you and you were me, it doesn't say to do this, but I can't see why you wouldn't do it. So let's just fake it and let's go with it. I want you to slip stitch to the middle of this chain here. Remember, it was a chaining of 6, so it's about the 3rd one in. And if you start there, you might have yourself a really better edge. So let's just single crochet into that there. Therefore you'll be right in the middle of the ruffle. You're going to chain 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go to the next ruffle and single crochet. How many are you going to chain to get to the next ruffle? 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to the next ruffle, single, and do that all the way around, and this will conclude then round number 2 and the finishing off. So this is actually not bad, only 2 rounds. It looked like there was a lot more in the pattern. So continue that and I'll see you at the end of round number 2 and we'll just quickly talk about assembling this thing. So I'm just coming up to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jump it over to where you had done the slip stitch. Bada boom, bada bing, you're done. So let's just quickly review on how to fasten this off. And we're just going to trim your yarn and grab that sturdy needle of yours. You are going to use that needle to be able to to whip stitch all the way around. You're not going to want to whip stitch the ruffle, so keep your needle out of that. So passing through, just like you see here, go once, and when you pull on it, don't change the shape. So just make it taut and then go back in another path. That's number 2, and 3rd time is a charm. So you want to go 3rd time. Once you have that done, look at that. Yeah. So what you want to do is that you want to do your other side if you haven't done already. So do your other side, and then this is obviously, see those bumps? Let me just back you out right now. So see those bumps? Those are the outside, if that's not already obvious for you. So if this is the one side, make sure you do turn it over, and the other one will be the bumps up, so that the bumps are facing back and forth. And all you're just gonna do, now this one is a different size because this is my practice sample to make sure that I got it right. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take where the ruffle was and you're just gonna match it. And it's called whip stitching. So you're gonna grab enough yarn to get your butt all the way, your needle all the way around. And what you have to do at this point is that when you go to do this, I would go in the back loop of one and the back loop of the other. And so just drag the yarn and just keep collecting as you go. If your stitch count is right, it should match. If it's wrong, don't tell anybody, just fake it, because if they are judging your creativity, they have way too much time on their hands. So you want to go all the way around, whip stitch it, and just zip it back and forth. So it's a really neat idea. It's a kind of a fun pillow. So this was requested by Pat. This is the Puff Stitch Round Pillow for Lunch and Learn for Yarnspirations. We hope that you enjoyed, and it's actually not a bad idea. I love texture. It keeps me interested, and if I don't have to do puff stitches for a while, I know. That's it for today. Have a great one. We'll hope to see you again real soon right here. Bye-bye.